Hey there, and welcome back to English with Tom and Julia, the podcast where we talk about real English, real life, and the mindset that helps you grow.
That's right. We believe learning English isn't just about grammar or vocabulary. It's about confidence, curiosity, and connection.
Today, we're diving into something every learner struggles with: understanding different accents. You know that moment when you watch a movie or talk to someone from another country and suddenly, it's like they're speaking a different language?
Oh yes, that moment of panic. You catch one word, maybe two, and your brain just freezes.
So today, we'll share how to train your ear, how to understand any accent, even when it feels impossible.
You know, Julia, when people say, I can't understand British English, or Australian English is too fast, what they're really saying is, my brain isn't used to that sound yet.
Exactly. It's not that your listening is bad, it's that your brain hasn't trained for those sound patterns. Think of it like going to the gym for the first time. If you've never lifted weights before, even a small dumbbell feels heavy. But after a few weeks, your muscles adapt.
Yes, and in this case, your listening muscles just need practice. Every accent has its own rhythm, speed, and even music.
Right. For example, in American English, words often blend together. I'm going to becomes I'm gonna. In British English, the R is softer. Car sounds like ka. And in Indian English, there's a slightly different melody. It's clear, but the rhythm feels unique.
So the real challenge isn't the accent. It's your brain expecting the wrong sound shape. When it hears something different, it says, wait, that doesn't match what I know.
Exactly. And that's why you might understand your favorite YouTuber easily, but struggle with a taxi driver or a movie character. Your brain just hasn't stored enough sound data for that accent.
So the first takeaway for our listeners is don't panic when you don't understand. It doesn't mean you're bad at English. It just means your brain hasn't tuned in yet.
Yes, think of every accent as a new radio frequency. At first, it's static and noise, but once you tune it right, suddenly, it's music. Let's talk about exposure, because a lot of learners say, I listen to English every day, but I still don't understand.
Yes, and the issue isn't always how much you listen. It's what and how you listen. If you only stick to one source, like a favorite podcast or Netflix series, your brain only learns to decode that one accent.
Exactly. You can't expect to understand every accent if you only listen to one. It's like learning to drive in your hometown and expecting to handle every road in the world. You need to experience different roads: smooth, bumpy, fast, slow.
That's such a good analogy. So if you always listen to American speakers, your ear will become American-tuned. But then when you meet someone from Ireland, Nigeria, or Singapore, your ear freezes. Not because the English is wrong, but because it's new.
Right. So here's a little weekly challenge for our listeners. Every week, choose one new accent to explore. You could start with British English, watch BBC clips or listen to a British vlogger. Then, move to Australian, maybe a travel channel. Next, try something completely different, like Indian or South African English.
And here's the trick. Don't try to understand everything. At first, just listen for rhythm and melody. Ask yourself, what's the emotion? What's the tone? Not what's every word.
Exactly. Because when you stop forcing your brain to translate, it starts to absorb. It's like when you live near the ocean. At first, the sound of waves is loud, but after a while, your brain blends it into peace.
That's so true. And one more thing, repetition beats duration. It's better to listen to the same 2-minute clip 3 times than to watch a 30-minute video once. Your brain learns through repetition and familiarity.
Yes, re-listen, replay, and repeat until you can predict what's coming next. That's when you know your ear has started adapting.
And when that happens, it feels magical. You suddenly realize, wait, I can understand this accent now. That's the sound of progress. You know, Julia, neuroscience has something fascinating to say about this. Our brains literally rewire themselves when we hear new sounds repeatedly.
Yes, that's called neural adaptation. Basically, the more your brain hears an accent, the more it builds a map of those sounds.
And that's why children can pick up new accents so quickly. Their brains are constantly adapting.
Exactly. But here's the good news. Adults can too. It just takes conscious listening.
So maybe the trick isn't trying harder to understand. It's listening longer with curiosity.
I love that. Listening longer, not harder. Because when you relax, your brain learns better. Stress blocks comprehension. That's true for everything in life, not just accents.
I actually used to struggle with this a lot. When I first visited Scotland, I thought, oh no, this is not the English I learned at school.
Oh, yes, Scottish English can sound like poetry. Beautiful, but hard to catch.
Exactly. I remember ordering coffee and the barista said something I completely missed. I just smiled and nodded and ended up with tea.
Classic.
But after a few days, I started to pick up words, then phrases. My ear adjusted. I realized it wasn't about being smart, it was about being patient.
That's a great lesson. It's not intelligence, it's exposure, time, and calm attention.
So, Tom, let's give our listeners a few practical ways to train their ear, step by step.
Sure. Step 1, listen to the same clip multiple times. The first time, just relax and get the rhythm. The second time, focus on keywords. The third time, check the transcript.
Perfect. Step 2, shadow what you hear. That means repeat exactly what the speaker says, trying to copy their rhythm and melody.
Right. It's like vocal exercise. You're training your mouth and ear together.
Step 3, mix it up. Watch a TED Talk, then a comedy clip, then maybe a short vlog from another country.
That variety keeps your brain flexible, like a gym workout for your listening.
Yes, listening gym.
I think mindset is the biggest part of this. Many learners panic when they don't understand every word, and that panic blocks learning.
So true. You don't need to understand 100%. Even native speakers don't. Focus on the feeling and context, not perfection.
Exactly. The goal isn't perfect comprehension, it's connection. Once you catch the main idea, your brain fills in the rest naturally.
And the more relaxed you are, the more your ear opens up. Confidence helps your listening more than you think. So, how can listeners make this a habit?
Start small, 10 minutes a day, while walking, cooking, or before bed. Choose content that you enjoy, not just study materials.
Yes. Motivation grows when you enjoy the process. You could even set a theme of the week, like British Week, American Week, Indian Week.
That sounds fun, like a world tour for your ears.
Exactly. Because understanding accents isn't about talent, it's about curiosity. And curiosity is something we can all practice.
Beautifully said. Your ears are powerful. You just have to keep listening.
Thank you for tuning in to English with Tom and Julia. We hope this episode helps you listen with more confidence and a little more curiosity.
Remember, every accent is a story, a culture, a rhythm. When you listen deeply, you don't just understand words, you understand people.
If you enjoyed today's talk, share it with a friend who loves English or someone who feels lost listening to different accents.
And join us next time. We'll talk about how to stop overthinking while speaking English. That one's going to be powerful.
Until then, keep learning, keep listening, and keep believing in yourself.
See you next time.